Hi, my name is Rishi Bhardwaj and I am working as an application packager as well as SCCM admin. Today, through this video, I am going to walk you through Office 365 package creation, and after that we will be going through the Configurations.xml file and we will be looking into various options and various configurations you can do into it step by step. So let's start. So this is the SCCM console. I have opened up the console, so we have to go to software library, and after clicking software library you have to go to Office 365 installer. So you click on it and it will ask for, you have to fill out these fields. So I'm doing it side by side. I would be also doing it, I'm doing it with you guys. So this is the location where I want to copy the files. I'm just copying the name so that I can fill it in the first field. Microsoft Office 365 Pro Plus without access. This is a special requirement from my company that we don't need access into this bundle. So I'm just writing the description. It would be without access, but it would include the access runtime. So as many of you would know that to customize the Office packages right from the start, we have always used Office customization tool in 2010 version, in 2007 version I think as well. This OCT was used. So here also we have OCT, and I'm going to start. I just clicked on it and it starts. So we will be going through each and every option one by one. And so which architecture? So I want 64-bit. Next is the products tab, Office Suite. Here you can ask your organization for which they have purchased license. I would be selecting the first one, Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise, and this is also called Microsoft 365 Pro Plus. So if somebody says Microsoft 365 Pro Plus, then it means Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise. It is one or the same thing. Vedio, if you want to include Vedio in this bundle, then you can select here. I don't want to include. Same for project professional, project standard. We have 2016 and 2019 version for them. If you want to include it in this one, then you can do that. I'll skip that also. Additional product, as I've written, I would need Office 365 Access Runtime. I also need language pack, but here I can select only one option. So in this option I would select Office 365 Access Runtime, and we will go down. Update channel, this is in German at the moment, so you might not be able to understand it, but update channel is how you want updates to be received to your Office 365 clients. There are various options, and I'm going to, this is monthly enterprise channel. I'm going to select this one, and this is semi-annual. So I would select the semi-annual. If you want to go into detail what exactly are these, you can visit this overview update channels on Microsoft website. Here you will get a table that what are the differences between these. So as you can see, release frequency, monthly enterprise, it is once a month. Semi-annual also it is once a month. But if you go down below, feature updates, it's once a month for monthly enterprise, but twice a year, only in January and July. On the second Tuesday of the month you will receive a semi-annual, where in monthly it would be once a month. So there would be very frequent updates with monthly enterprise, and that is what most of the organization try to avoid, that Office is such a critical app, and if it is getting updated monthly, you might receive few issues, few errors. So semi-annual I have selected. There are options for semi-annual, targeted, and semi-annual, and the word targeted basically, there would be, that is preview. So there would be semi-annual preview and semi-annual, and the difference is that in preview the features would be released to you 1 week earlier, and then it would be released to semi-annual. So it means semi-annual preview would get the feature 1 week earlier, and it would come to semi-annual a week later. So it is better to select just the semi-annual, not the preview, so that you get the features when they have already been tested by Microsoft and other people, and they are already in market for a week. So it is better to have them there. So I would select semi-annual. This is German, as I said. Next, I don't need access, as I've already told. OneDrive I don't need, publisher I don't need. Here you can select whatever you need for your organization, and whichever app you don't need, you can just turn it off. So I would Skype I don't need, OneNote, PowerPoint, and Teams. Yeah, particularly for Teams, Microsoft is providing a separate installer. So you can go to Microsoft website and download Teams. It would be an MSI, I think, and then you can wrap it or create a script around it, and you can use it also that way. If you want to use it through the 365 bundle, you can also do it, but we have created a separate app, or we have downloaded the separate installer for Teams, and so we don't need Teams. So I only need Outlook, Word, Excel, OneNote, and PowerPoint. Rest I don't need. So we'll go to next. Now languages, as as I showed you in the beginning, that I have selected access runtime, not the language pack, but that we can do here now. So if you'll go down and we'll come to this language tab, here you have to select the primary language. I will select the primary language as English, and additional languages. So I'll click on it, and I need full language pack as well as I need proofing tools. So I have to select both of them, and then I have to select the languages which I need. So I would be selecting the languages, or basically the places where my company offices exist. Korean, Polish, Portuguese, Romania, Russia, and Slovak, Slovenia, Spanish, Thai, and Turkish. I think that's it. So now if I'll just go down, and I will select here and then go to other options, and at the time of reviewing, I would see that whatever the languages I have selected hasn't come in the configuration, and you would wonder why. For that, you always remember that whenever you select the languages, to update it, you have to click on this button, add. Now I click on add. Now it is added. As you can see, the update has grayed out, so it is now added. Now for the same for the proofing tools, I have to select whatever the proofing tools I need. So I'll be quickly going through the proofing tools I need. Czech, English, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and I need Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Russian, Slovak, Slovenia, Spanish, Thai, and Turkish. I think that's it. These are the proofing tools that I need. Again, I have to click on this button, add, for them to reflect. I'll click on add. Now we can click on here next, or we can click on these tab. I'll click next one time. icons to taskbar, I don't want them, and it is specifically for Windows 7 and 8.1. so even if you keep it on for Windows 10, it will still not pin to taskbar, but I'll prefer to keep it off. Logging, yes, I need, and I'll give the path as clogs. Shutdown running application, this is basically if some process is running, then it will kill that process. So I'll just turn it on, shutdown running applications. Yes, it will throw an if you click on learn more, it will tell you what exactly it is going to do. I think, okay, let me click it once more. Optional default is false. When you set to true, force any app that are blocking the install of Office to shut down. Okay, this is basically like if Office is installing, and if there is some app running which is forcing or blocking the install of Office, it will shut it down. If you remember in the previous versions, few years down, if you few years back, whenever something was installing, you used to get a Windows prompt, and it would say that explorer.exe is running, you have to kill that, and you then click that, and then the installation went further. So it would checking this option would avoid all those kind of circumstances. So now update and upgrade, this is again very important. Uninstall any MSI version of Office including Visio and Project. Okay, but I don't want to uninstall Visio because I'm not installing Visio through this. I don't want to uninstall Project, and these two I'm not using in my environment, so if it is present, it can be deleted. Automatically upgrade to selected architecture, I will select this as on. If you want to learn more about it, what this option is, you can go through this article. It is like change a Microsoft 365 app installation from 32-bit to 64-bit. So you can read through it, and you would understand what exactly it is doing, this option. So I'll skip through it. Well, license and activation, except EULA, always user base, everything looks fine here. In general, I'll just put the name of my company here, and these are application preferences. This is again, it depends on you if you want to change or not, so you can go through them one by one. I'll not go through them. So after doing all this, we have to click on review. Once we click on review, we have to click on this here, okay. So now we have clicked on the review, and this pan at the right hand side is for us to review all the settings that we have selected, and to make sure that we are getting what we have selected. So it is very important for you to go through this information. So I'll just try to just go through it. Architecture 64-bit, update channel is semi-annual. Excluded application, we don't need Access, OneDrive, Skype, we don't need all these, so we have excluded them. If you just click on this cross, then they will be included into the package, but we don't want to include them. Languages, primary is US, English, United States, and all full proofing tools looks good. Installation to user is show installation to user is full. Even if it is full, then also you won't be able to cancel the installation. That would be grayed out, but you can change this to hide if you want to, but that's fine. I don't want to pin icons to taskbar. Logging is okay. Remove MSI, so if any older version is present, it will be removed. Only the exception of Project and Visio. So if any older version of Project and Visio are installed, then it won't be removed because they are excluded here. Okay, so it looks fine. So I'll just submit this, and we will be back to this window. I will click next. Now, do you want to deploy the application now? If you will click yes, then it will create the application. You have to distribute the content, then create the deployment, scheduling, user experience, all of that, but I won't be going through that. That is the normal application creation and the deployment process. but we won't be covering. So I'll click no. By clicking no, it will just create an application. So I'll click next. Now here it is saying the application name and the content location. This would be the location where it will copy the content. So I will click next, and then it is copying the content to the location that I have given. So I will pause the video here, and once it is done, I would be back. Okay, so as we can see that the copying has finished and the wizard has completed successfully. So I will just close it, and I will go to the location where sources are copied. I think I have to open it once again. Just a moment, please. Okay. Yes. So here are the sources. There is one office folder, and this office folder, it would contain all the data. So if you will check out the size, it is around 8.19 gigs is the size, and there's a setup.exe, and there is one configuration.xml. So the setup.exe would install only those parts, or it would run as per the things are mentioned in configurations.xml. So whatever is mentioned here, setup.exe would just execute that. So we will open this up and try to see what's into this configurations.xml. Okay, Office client version 64-bit. This is channel. Now Microsoft had recently changed the naming of the channel. For that you can yeah, here it is. So the previous attribute value broad, new attribute value is semi-annual. So I have to change this manually into the package. So I will just change this to semi-annual. Yes. And version migrate arc, which we have selected, is true. Now product ID Office 365 Pro Plus, as I said, retain. These are the language packs that we have selected. Now if we will keep it like this, then it will install all these language packs. So this we really don't need. We don't want on a German machine to have an Italian or Spanish language pack. Why to have that? So for that, Microsoft has recommended that we can use Match OS. We can use language ID is equal to Match OS. I'll just copy this. Here it is. I'll just copy this. So here I'll paste this language ID Match OS and close this. Right. And English, we will also keep English, and we will remove rest of them. Now Match OS, what it would do is it would check the operating system language, and it would install Office 365 in that language, and it would also install English. So if someone is in Germany, then it would install Office in German as well as in English. So if someone is not comfortable working in German language, then they can always switch back to English. So the rest of the languages we really don't need, so we'll just remove them. These are the exclude app IDs. These are the excluded apps which we excluded from Office 365, Access, Groove, Link, OneDrive, Publisher, Teams. Now if we remove any of this line, if I remove just this line, then Access will also install. If I remove this line, then Groove will install. So exclude app ID is telling the setup.exe that this particular application is excluded and we don't have to install it. So I will keep it like this. If you want to read more about exclude app ID, then you can go to overview. I think this one would have it. Let me check. Exclude app, right? Exclude or remove Microsoft 365. So you can overview of Office deployment tool. You can go through this document or this online portal, And another one important is configuration options for Office 365. It also will tell you whatever we have in XML and how to use it. So you can go through these two to have a complete idea about the XML. But back to my XML. So these are exclude app IDs. These won't be installed. And as I said, if I remove any line, then that particular app will also install. Same for access runtime retail. I'll copy this because we want it to install into the local language and English as a secondary backup language if someone is not able to understand the local language. So we will delete rest of them. Same exclude app ID, because this is like a different product ID. So here also we have to mention everything, and here this product is getting closed. Now another product ID is proofing tools. So that is again, here we have to copy this match OS thing. We have copied this match OS thing, and we have to remove proofing tools. We will keep it in okay, proofing tools, we will keep all of them. Sorry, proofing tools, we will keep all of them because of the usage of proofing tools. For example, if I get some document which is in Italian, and if proofing tools is installed, then if I open that document, it will tell where there are errors, and it will check that document for grammar and everything. So proofing tools, we need each and every language, so that's fine. We will go down. These are some of the values which we selected, like pin icon taskbar false and force app shutdown is true. So these are the settings that we selected. Remove MSI, here remove MSI is basically used to remove any previous version of Office. Previous version, by previous version I mean Office 2007, 10, 13, 16. So remove MSI does that thing. If you can in these documents, if you I'll just try to search it, and if I can find it, let me see. Not in this one, let me see in this document if we have it. Yeah, remove MSI. So specify whether any 2010, 13 or 16 version of Office vedio. So it is only used for 2010, 13 and 16, not for Office 365. So now what you would be thinking, what is then used for Office 365? If you want to remove any app in Office 365, then you have to play around with this exclude app ID parameter. For example, you have Office installed on your machine, all the components of Office, and now you want to remove Teams. So you will again run the setup with a Configuration.xml where this line is mentioned. If this line is mentioned, then setup.exe would take as that it has to it will check if Teams is there, and if Teams is there, it will uninstall it. So for Office 365 installation and uninstallation, this exclude app ID plays a very big role in all of that. But for the older version 2010, 13, 16, it is taken care by remove MSI. This dialog or this bracket, I would say. So, but we have ignored the product ID. We don't want Project Pro, Project Standard and Visio, these to be uninstalled, so they are ignored in ignore product ID. Except for this, if it finds any Office 2010, 13 or 16 application installed, it will uninstall it. This is the company name. EULA is true, path, logs. So this is the complete configuration file. If you want to if you want to know more about this, then as I said, you can go to Google. I'll tell you, you just go to Google and you type Office 365 XML. So if you type Office 365 XML, you will get these two options: configuration option for Office deployment tool and overview of Office deployment tool. These two are the most important links. You can open them, go through them, and then you will be able to have complete knowledge about how to play around with XML. And yeah, and if you have any further questions, because I have I have done researched them extensively, and I have created a lot of Office 365 applications already, and I have fair bit of idea. So if you are still not able to understand anything, you can email me on this mail, and I would really try to get back to you with a solution for your query. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it would be useful for you for creating Office 365 packages, applications, and let me know if you have any doubt. Good day. Bye.